Tariq Melrose here. If today's news cycle had a title, it'd be The Art of Saying Nothing, Special Edition. What we got was theater, not answers, performance, not policy. But I came prepared. Subscribe now, because in a world where even the truth has to shout, we're giving it a mic, a platform, and a rewind button.
This hearing is the perfect snapshot of MAGA's moral rot. Kash Patel, Trump's hand-picked lackey for the FBI, caught red-handed promoting a January 6th anthem, then squirming, redefining the word we like a bad mob lawyer. This isn't just hypocrisy, it's a neon sign flashing unfit for power.
Senator Schiff.
Mr. Patel, early in this hearing, Senator Durbin asked you about the January 6th choir of inmates whose song you promoted, and here's what you said. I did not have anything to do with the recording. I did not have anything to do with the recording. Do you stand by that testimony, Mr. Patel?
Senator, what I said was I didn't do the recording.
You said you didn't have anything to do with the recording, which is interesting because here's what you told Steve Bannon on his podcast. So what we thought would be cool is if we captured that audio and then, of course, had the greatest president, President Donald J. Trump, recite the Pledge of Allegiance, then we went to a studio and recorded it, mastered it, digitized it, and put it out as a song now releasing exclusively on the War Room. We. If you had nothing to do with it, Mr. Patel, why did you tell Steve Bannon and all his listeners that you did?
That's why it says we, as you highlighted.
Yeah, and you're part of the we, right? When you say we, that includes you, doesn't it, Mr. Patel?
Not in every instance.
Well, that's new. So when you said we, you didn't really mean you. Is that your testimony?
Not unless you have a new definition for the word we.
Oh, okay. I always thought we included the person who pronounced the word, but maybe not. Well, you also said this, Mr. Patel. We were able to capture the recording thanks to their courageous singing, and we were able to take it to a studio. So let me ask you, Mr. Patel, after saying we took it to a studio, did you take it to a studio?
Me personally, no.
After you said that we digitized and recorded it and all that, did you take it to a studio and digitize and record it?
Me personally, no.
Okay, so you were lying to Steve Bannon and his audience. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was using the proverbial we appropriately, as you've identified.
The royal we. Oh, I see. And so you certainly promoted the hell out of it, though, didn't you?
I don't know what that means, but I promoted the heck out of raising money for families in need.
With promotions on social media and saying you were going to get this to #1 on the billboards, right, Mr. Patel?
I think it did.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Isn't that great? People who violently attack police have a #1 song thanks to you, Mr. Patel. That's something to be really proud of. Now, you've claimed, Mr. Patel, you didn't know about any of these people in the choir. Is that right?
I did not know about the violent offenders, and I did not participate in any of the violence in and around January 6th.
Tell me, Mr. Patel, what due diligence did you do to find out who was in the choir before you promoted their beautiful music? These people who assaulted law enforcement. What due diligence did you do?
Senator, I didn't record it myself.
So you did no due diligence before you promoted this song by these violent felons. Is that what you're telling us?
Senator, I did not record that myself.
So you're being considered for director of the FBI. And here you did no diligence to find out whether people you were associating with now the President of the United States in song were convicted of attacking police officers. Is that who we want running the FBI? I want you to turn around. There are Capitol Police officers behind you. They're guarding us. Take a look at them right now. Turn around.
I'm looking at you. You're talking to me.
No, look at them. I want you to look at them if you can, if you have the courage to look them in the eye, Mr. Patel, and tell them you're proud of what you did. Tell them you're proud that you raised money off of people that assaulted their colleagues, that pepper sprayed them, that beat them with poles. Tell them you're proud of what you did, Mr. Patel. They're right there. They're guarding you today. Tell them how proud you are.
That's an abject lie, and you know it. I've never, ever accepted violence against law enforcement. I've worked with these men and women, as you know,
you
my entire life.
It in song,
and I did not make a single dime out of it.
In song. Well, let me.
How about you ask them if I have their backs, and let's see about that answer.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Patel. Let me ask you this. If an FBI director promoted a song of people who sprayed pepper spray in the face of an FBI agent, would you say they were fit to be director?
Mr. Schiff?
Yes or no? Would they be fit to be director?
I am fit to be the director of the FBI.
If you were the FBI director and you promoted a song with someone who beat an FBI agent with a pole, would you say you were fit to be FBI director?
Mr. Schiff, I am fit to be FBI director based on my 16 years in government service.
And yet you did all these things, Mr. Patel. You can say, oh, I support law enforcement. I decry violence against law enforcement. You can say all that. It's what you did, Mr. Patel, that matters. It's what you did that matters. Well, let me ask you about something else that you did, Mr. Patel. Did you claim that Donald Trump declassified all the documents at Mar-a-Lago? Did you claim that?
In what proceeding?
To the public, ever. Did you tell anyone that Donald Trump declassified all the documents at Mar-a-Lago?
From publicly available information, President Trump issued a declassification order on a variety of materials.
No, I'm just asking you, did you tell the public, did you tell anyone, did you make the claim that Donald Trump had declassified those hundreds of classified documents that were Mar-a-Lago? Did you make that claim publicly?
From my best of my recollection, I said President Trump issued a declassification order to a large number of documents.
Yeah, and were you present when he declassified all the Mar-a-Lago documents?
Senator, I'm not saying he declassified all the Mar-a-Lago documents. I said President Trump declassified a large number of documents, and I would hope this committee and the rest of Congress would want to get those documents to the American people.
Mr. Patel, before a president or anyone declassified documents, wouldn't you want to know whether making the public would cause sources to be killed? Wouldn't you want to know that before you just declare they're all declassified? Wouldn't that be the responsible thing for a president to do?
It was the responsible thing for us to do. That's why we declassified the Nunes memo.
And did Donald Trump declassify?
And no one died.
And did Donald Trump ever ask any of the agencies who produced those documents whether declassifying them would put people's lives at risk? Did he ever do that, to your knowledge, Kash Patel?
I don't know that he didn't. Do you?
No, that's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem, isn't it? So let me just ask, Mr. Chairman, if you would, Mr. Patel has said he has no problem. He would support the release of his grand jury testimony in that case. I would ask you, Mr. Chairman, ranking member, to join me in requesting, with Mr. Patel's approval, the release of those grand jury transcripts. And I would also ask Mr. Patel whether you support the release of Volume 2 as it pertains to you of the special counsel's report. Any reference to you in the report, to your truthfulness, will you support the release to this committee of those sections of Volume 2 of special counsel's report?
I support following the law and providing whatever information the law requires.
Well, you said to the Wall Street Journal that you support transparency. Here's your chance, Mr. Patel. You support release of that to this committee, yes or no?
Your time's up. Before I call on Senator Tillis, I have letters here from law enforcement groups representing 310,000 officers supporting Mr. Patel's nomination. And they'd be like the Association of Police Organizations, National Police Association, United Federation of Police Officers, Police Benevolent Association, United Coalition for Public Safety. I'll put these in the record.
What we just witnessed was a masterclass in Republican gaslighting and shameless self-preservation. Kash Patel, a man vying to run the FBI, trying to Houdini his way out of his own words. Let's break this apart, because every single deflection, every slippery half-truth here reveals exactly why Trump world is a danger to the rule of law. First, the January 6th choir controversy. These weren't innocent Sunday school singers. These were convicted criminals, people who violently attacked police officers defending the Capitol. And Patel didn't just casually mention them, he actively collaborated in creating, producing, and promoting their anthem. He told Steve Bannon, proudly, "We captured the audio. We took it to a studio, we digitized it, we released it exclusively." That is full ownership. There's no misunderstanding here. But in the hearing, suddenly we doesn't mean him. No, he's now introducing this Orwellian proverbial we. This is classic MAGA damage control. When caught, they retreat into semantics, hoping to muddy the waters. They'll split hairs so fine you could floss with them, because they can't defend the truth, so they try to confuse you about what words even mean. Here's the reality. If your name is on the promotion, if you're coordinating the studio work, if you're standing shoulder to shoulder with Bannon to launch it, you are involved. The entire "I didn't record it myself" dodge is like a getaway driver claiming innocence because they didn't actually walk into the bank with the gun. And let's be very clear, promoting that song wasn't some harmless PR stunt. It was glorifying people who beat cops with flagpoles, sprayed them with pepper spray, and tried to overturn a democratic election by force. For someone aspiring to lead the FBI, the very agency tasked with defending our democratic institutions. This is disqualifying on its face. Then comes the jaw-dropping exchange where Senator Schiff confronts Patel with the obvious question: did you do any due diligence before promoting this? Did you care to find out who these choir members were, what crimes they committed? Patel's answer: a mealy-mouthed, "I didn't record it myself." Translation: no, he didn't check because he didn't care. The violence didn't bother him. It was politically useful. And here's where Patel's credibility collapses completely. Schiff asks him to look at the Capitol Police officers in the room, the very people whose colleagues were assaulted on January 6th, and tell them he's proud of what he did. Patel refuses. He hides behind bluster. "I've never accepted violence," even as the evidence shows he elevated, monetized, and mainstreamed those who carried it out. This is the two-faced MAGA playbook in action. Profess support for law enforcement out of one side of the mouth, while enabling and celebrating those who brutalized law enforcement out of the other. It's the same hypocrisy we saw when Republicans wrapped themselves in "Back the Blue" slogans, right up until the blue uniforms belonged to officers defending democracy from Trump's mob. And then we get to the Mar-a-Lago documents. Patel has been one of the loudest voices pushing Trump's fairy tale that he declassified hundreds of highly sensitive government documents by sheer willpower. In the hearing, Schiff tries to pin him down. Did you actually witness this? Did you verify it? Did Trump consult with intelligence agencies to ensure no lives would be endangered? Patel's answers are a festival of evasions. "I don't know that he didn't. I said he issued a declassification order." Let's unpack that. National security isn't a game of maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We're talking about documents whose exposure could burn intelligence sources, compromise military operations, even get people killed. A responsible public servant, let alone an FBI director, would demand confirmation that such declassification wouldn't jeopardize lives. But Patel? He's fine running with a political talking point, no verification needed. Why? Because his loyalty isn't to national security, it's to Donald Trump's narrative. This is part of a broader, dangerous pattern in MAGA world. Loyalty to the leader over loyalty to the law. And the stakes here aren't abstract. We've already seen the consequences. FBI agents harassed, informants threatened, security protocols compromised, all because Trump and his enablers spread self-serving lies about classified material. When pressed on transparency, whether he'd support releasing grand jury transcripts or relevant portions of the special counsel's report, Patel retreats again to lawyerly vagueness. "I support following the law." This from a man who told the Wall Street Journal he supports transparency. It's another classic tactic. Use the law as a shield when transparency would reveal your own contradictions or misconduct. And the cherry on top? The hearing ends with Republicans waving around letters from law enforcement groups supporting Patel's nomination, as if endorsements from politicized police associations erase the fact that Patel promoted insurrectionists and misled the public on national security matters. It's like giving a bank robber a character reference from other robbers. Here's the bigger picture. Patel isn't an outlier. He's a symptom of what the modern Republican Party has become under Trump. A party where undermining law enforcement is fine, as long as it serves the cult leader. Where words mean whatever you need them to mean to dodge accountability. Where national security is just another pawn in the political propaganda game. Every "we" Patel tried to disown in that hearing is a reminder that MAGA's word games aren't harmless. They're part of an orchestrated strategy to rewrite reality in real time. They count on the public not having the time or patience to parse the lies. That's why hearings like this are crucial. They force the contradictions into daylight. And let's not miss the most galling part. Patel wants to run the FBI, the same FBI whose agents were among the targets of the January 6th mob, the same FBI whose duty is to protect classified information, not turn it into a political football, the same FBI whose independence is supposed to be a safeguard against exactly the kind of politicization Patel embodies. Putting him in charge would be like putting an arsonist in charge of the fire department. If this hearing proves anything, it's that Patel is unfit for any position of public trust, let alone the top law enforcement job in the country. And the fact that Trump World is pushing his nomination tells you everything you need to know about their priorities. Not truth, not justice, not democracy, only loyalty to the leader and the agenda, no matter the cost. This wasn't just a bad performance from Kash Patel. It was a blueprint for how MAGA operatives dodge, twist, and outright rewrite reality to escape accountability. From redefining the word we to duck responsibility for glorifying cop beaters, to peddling Trump's reckless declassification myth without a shred of verification, Patel showed exactly why he's dangerous. His evasions weren't random. They were the calculated maneuvers of a political operative who values loyalty to Trump over loyalty to the truth. And that makes him a perfect fit for Trump's vision of a captured FBI, but a disaster for an independent, functioning democracy. We cannot normalize this behavior. We cannot let these rhetorical shell games and outright falsehoods slide. Because once people like Patel run institutions like the FBI, the line between law enforcement and political enforcement disappears, and with it, the safeguards that protect us all. Don't let Trump's cronies rewrite reality unchallenged. Share this video, flood the comments, and make it clear we see through the lies. Subscribe and hit the bell so you're here for every takedown, because exposing their agenda is the first step to stopping it. 2.